Good morning. I'm Samriddhi K.C. and these are the headlines of the hour. India launches airstrike over Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir in response to the Pahalgam attack. 8 people lose their lives to the attack. Government delays appointment of Nepal Rashtra Bank's governor. Nepali Congress President Deuba says that the Prime Minister supports Congress candidates as cabinet awaits implementation. Opposition criticizes government for excluding national pride projects from policy document. Government defends omission citing timeline-based implementation. And Inter Milan dramatically reaches the Champions League final after a thrilling 4-3 extra time victory over Barcelona at the San Siro Stadium. India has conducted an airstrike in Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir. A Pakistani military spokesperson stated that 8 people, including 2 children, were killed in the 9 locations attacked by India. India has named the strike Operation Sindoor. Initiated under the direction of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Operation Sindoor targeted 9 locations considered to be hideouts for extremists. The Indian Army targeted areas where top leaders of Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar were present, accusing them of extremist activities, and these areas were chosen for the attack. The Indian Ministry of External Affairs stated that the United States, United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia, the UAE and Russia have informed about this attack. Indian air travel have been disrupted due to Operation Sindoor. Indigo Airlines has stated that several of its flights have been affected due to changes in their airspace over northern India. According to the airline, all incoming and outgoing flights from Srinagar, Jammu, Amritsar, Leh, Chandigarh, Dharamshala and Bikaner have been delayed. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump has reacted to India's strike on Pakistan. He called the incident sad and expressed his belief that the decade-long conflict between India and Pakistan will be resolved soon. India carried out the attack in Pakistan and Pakistan-controlled Kashmir in retaliation for the terrorist incident that occurred in Pahalgam 13 days ago. A month has passed since the position of governor at Nepal Rashtra Bank became vacant. During that period, the Council of Ministers has convened 5 times, yet the government has not been able to make an appointment. An understanding has been reached between Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba and Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli regarding the candidate. However, the appointment has not yet been formalized.
Following the vacancy in the post of Governor of Nepal Rashtra Bank, the Council of Ministers has convened 5 times. The Governor Recommendation Committee was formed on 24th of March. However, it has not held a meeting to propose a candidate as it continues to wait for political consensus. Economists have expressed concern that this approach overlooks the provisions of the National Bank Act and may undermine the country's financial governance.
निजी क्षेत्रसँग र दात्री निकायसँग कतिको समन्वय राखेर काम गर्न सक्छन् अनि राष्ट्र बैंकको टिमलाई कतिको चलाउन सक्छन् भन्ने आधारमा हेर्नुपर्ने हो। तर यहाँ चाहिँ नितान्त त्यस्तो एउटा प्राविधिक काम प्राविधिक पदलाई पार्टीगत राजनीति मेरो कि तेरो भन्ने हेरेर यसले समग्र राष्ट्र बैंक मात्र होइन मुलुकको वित्तीय प्रणालीकै धज्जी उडायो। यो चाहिँ बडो नराम्रो चाहिँ भयो।
On 16th of April, Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba and Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli reached an understanding to appoint Gunakar Bhatta as the governor of Nepal Rashtra Bank, even though the recommendation committee had not put his name forward. Amid this, committee member and former governor Vijayanath Bhattrai resigned, citing political interference. On Tuesday, Nepali Congress President Deuba reiterated that the Prime Minister has agreed to give the governorship to the Nepali Congress.
Governor भनेको खासै त्यस्तो शक्तिशाली पद होइन, तर यो 3 वर्षमा जुन किसिमको फाइनान्स मिनिस्ट्री र गभर्नरको रिलेसन थियो त्यसले मान्छेको माइन्डसेट नेताको माइन्डसेटलाई नै गभर्नर हाम्रो मान्छे भएन भने यो त उतल पुतल हुन्छ अर्थतन्त्र नै बिग्रिन्छ भन्ने माइन्डसेटमा गएको छ। अहिले गभर्नर ब्याङ्कको नियुक्तिमा नेपाली कांग्रेसले चाहिँ अलिकति लिबरल गभर्नर होस् भन्ने मा छ जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ। मेरो चाहना पनि अलिकति लिबरल गभर्नर होस् भन्ने। कम्युनिस्ट पार्टीहरू यसमा अलिकति कन्जर्भेटिभ हुन्छ।
The appointment process for the governor of Nepal Rashtra Bank remains stalled due to a lack of political consensus and party interests in promoting preferred candidates. Gunakar Bhatta's resignation has yet to be accepted, reportedly facing resistance from within the ruling coalition. As a result, the leadership of public institutions has become increasingly politicized, sidelining professional and qualified individuals.
यो आर्थिक वर्ष 82-83 को चाहिँ के बजेट बनिरहेको छ। यस्तो महत्त्वपूर्ण समयमा राष्ट्र बैंकको गभर्नरको नियुक्ति भएको अवस्था छैन। यो अत्यन्त सर्वत्र चासोको विषय बनेको अवस्था छ। देशको चाहिँ मौद्रिक नीति बन्ने महत्त्वपूर्ण चाहिँ के राष्ट्र बैंकको गभर्नर मुख्य व्यक्ति किन नियुक्ति भइरहेको छैन?
The governor of Nepal Rashtra Bank is expected to formulate monetary policy in the national interest, support the government in managing the economy, and safeguard foreign exchange reserves. However, a lack of consensus has persisted, influenced by past policy decisions and tensions between the government and the former governor.
Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba said that Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli supports appointing a Nepali Congress candidate as the governor of Nepal Rashtra Bank. However, Deuba clarified that Prime Minister is not responsible for the delay in the appointment. Speaking at a policy dialogue in Sanepa, Nepali Congress President Deuba stated that the delay in appointing the governor is due to internal issues within the institution itself. He emphasized that Prime Minister Oli has not caused the delay and is supportive of the Congress leading the appointment.
Nepali Party का नेता केपी ओलीसँग हाम्रो गठबन्धन छ र उहाँले अहिले चाहिँ गठबन्धनमा कुनै समस्या क्रिएट गर्नुभएको छ, समस्या पनि छैन। अब त्यहाँ जसमा कुरा उठाउनु भएको छ कि राष्ट्र ब्याङ्कको गभर्नर सम्बन्धमा उहाँले ल्याएको समस्या चाहिँ होइन, त्यहाँ राष्ट्र ब्याङ्कभित्रै आएको समस्या चाहिँ हो। हामीले भनेको उम्मेदवारलाई गाह्रो भइरहेको छ, तर हामीले त्यो गर्दैछौँ। उहाँ चाहिँ कागजलाई दिएपछि हुनुहुन्छ छैन फेरि उहाँलाई चाहिँ त्यसमा गरेको छैन, सहयोग गर्नुभएको छ।
Former ministers, economists and business leaders have said that the country's economy is facing serious challenges and called for significant reforms. Former Finance Minister Mahesh Acharya stressed that control-based economic policies are ineffective and emphasized the need for a reformed budget.
एकचोटी फेरि कम्प्रिहेन्सिभ इकोनोमिक रिफर्मको खाँचो मैले देखिराखेको चाहिँ छु र यो सबैभन्दा पहिला विभिन्न पोलिटिकल पार्टीको नेताहरू बसेर हाम्रो चाहिँ आदरणीय सभापतिजीले एमालेको नेतालाई, माओवादीको नेतालाई, अरू पार्टीको नेतालाई राखेर भन्न सक्नुपर्दछ नेपालले हिँड्ने अर्को बाटो चाहिँ छैन। फेरि फर्किएर राज्य नियन्त्रित अर्थव्यवस्थाको चाहिँ यहाँ र त्यहाँ वकालत गर्ने, यहाँ र त्यहाँ नीतिगत चाहिँ तपाईलाई चाहिँ करप्ट प्र्याक्टिसेसहरू गर्ने चाहिँ छुट अब कसैलाई पनि चाहिँ हुनु हुँदैन भन्ने कुरामा दर्बिलो चाहिँ अडानका साथ नेपाली कांग्रेस पार्टीको सभापतिले उभिनका निम्ति चाहिँ जरुरी चाहिँ छ।
It is time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse, brought to you by Global College of Management, the first choice for +2 management. Baneshwar, Kathmandu. Global School of Science, an exclusive center of +2 science. Baneshwar, Kathmandu.
The question is, why do you think Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba claimed that the Prime Minister had agreed to appoint Nepali Congress candidate as the governor of Rashtra Bank? Option A, politics of power sharing. Option B, a ploy to weaken the institution. And option C, can't say before the appointment. The voting is on. Type in EWS, select option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Opposition parties strongly criticized the government for omitting national pride projects from this year's policy and program, raising concerns over its commitment to such initiatives. While past criticism focused on inadequate funding, this omission cast further doubt on the government's priorities. The government maintains that as these projects have defined completion timelines, their inclusion in the policy and program is not obligatory.
Despite the government's stated focus on high-return projects in the upcoming fiscal year's policy and program, it omitted mention of 24 national pride projects. Opposition parties have strongly criticized this, questioning the government's commitment to these priority initiatives.
यसअघि देशको द्रुत र सन्तुलित विकासका लागि सदन अध्ययन र छलफलबाट अघि सारिएका राष्ट्रिय गौरवका आयोजनाहरू कार्यान्वयन गर्ने कार्यलाई प्राथमिकतामा राखिएको छैन। अचम्म त के भएको छ भने सरकारको नीति तथा कार्यक्रममा राष्ट्रिय गौरवका आयोजनाको नाम समेत उल्लेख गरिएको छैन।
The government argues that as legal provisions are being prepared to set project deadlines, inclusion of national pride projects in the policy and program is not mandatory. The National Planning Commission adds that project completion timelines have been defined through an amendment to the Financial Procedures and Fiscal Responsibility Act 2076.
राष्ट्रिय गौरवको आयोजनालाई इयरमार्क गर्नुपर्छ भनेर व्यवस्था छ। उहाँहरूले चाहिँ आफ्नो कानुन पारित गर्दा उहाँहरूले थाहा पाउनु भएछ। फर्स्ट त्यो कुरा चाहिँ थाहा पाउनु पर्यो। फर्स्ट त्यही अनुसार चाहिँ हामीले के गरेका छौँ भन्दा रिपोर्ट चाहिँ अर्थ मन्त्रालयमा बुझाइसकेका छौँ। हामीले सिलिङ चाहिँ दिँदाखेरि नै चाहिँ इयरमार्क गर्नुपर्छ भनेर हामीले त्यसरी गरेका छौँ। त्यो हुनाले इयरमार्क गर्ने कुरा चाहिँ फर्स्ट टाइम हामीले चाहिँ यो गरेका छौँ।
The Planning Commission has recently classified national pride projects with defined completion targets. The Milamchi Drinking Water Project, Mid-Hill Highway and Postal Highway are set for completion by Asar 2084, while projects such as Rani Jamara Kularia and Baba Irrigation are scheduled for Asar 2085. Long-term projects like Budi Gandaki Hydropower and Mono Metro Rail are expected to take over 15 years. Although not explicitly mentioned in the policy and program, the Ministry of Finance states that budget ceilings for these projects have been allocated based on recommendations from the respective thematic ministries.
राष्ट्रिय गौरवको पर्टिकुलर आयोजनालाई कति बजेट राख्ने भन्ने सम्बन्धित विषयगत मन्त्रालयहरूको जिम्मेवारी भित्र पर्ने कुराहरू उहाँहरूले त्यसलाई कति एलोकेट गर्नुहुन्छ र अरूलाई कसरी एलोकेट गर्नुहुन्छ र कतिपय आयोजनाहरूलाई चाहिँ अर्थ मन्त्रालयले योजना आयोगको सहकार्यमा चाहिँ इयरमार्क गरेर पठाएको अवस्थाहरू पनि छ उहाँको सिफारिसमा।
Since fiscal year 2068-69, 24 projects have been designated as national pride projects. Their initial estimated cost of 1 trillion Nepali rupees has now risen to approximately 2.6 trillion Nepali rupees. However, due to inadequate resource mobilization, progress on these projects has fallen short of expectations.
That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.